pick a cup. He didn't want an animal, John. Wilson. You're on the right track, Wilson. Good morning. Welcome to the beautiful Cape Milner Hotel in Cape Town. We are here for the Mandela Rhodes closing workshop. I think I showed you a bit of yesterday. We were doing all this painting. That was fun. Although the day started earlier with a couple of gender healing conversations. And then we did painting later in the day. So today is day 2. Welcome to day 2. And Abraham is here.
Hello.
Say hi, Abraham. How are you finding the workshop so far?
I think it's quite exciting. So today it's Pentagram, the tribeside, the types. So I think it's going to be exciting.
Yeah. And what's the theme of the closing workshop?
So closing workshop is the graduations.
And entrepreneurship.
And and the entrepreneurship. That's the most exciting for me. Someone's in the entrepreneurship space. So entrepreneurships, innovations, public interest in Africa.
afternoon. Look at me, drenching in the cold. Why did I decide to swim in Cape Town weather? That is an answer I'll probably never have. So this afternoon was quite busy. I went to a class, law and disputes and use of force. I came back, sessions for the afternoon were over, so I decided to go to the gym. And then I decided to go and swim. And guys, the water was too cold. I just went like 2 swims, that side and that side on the shorter end of the pool, and I was like, I can't do this. So I have left. I'm going to take a hot shower in preparation for the next session, but I do feel very refreshed. My brain was a bit tired having the morning session at the workshop and then going to class, so I do feel a bit refreshed, but I also think the water is a bit salty because my skin feels a bit sensitive. But yeah, that's the session for today, and guys, I am freezing. I'm never swimming in Cape Town again. I've had enough swims for this city. I have just had a shower. That's why my face is dry. My next session starts at, I was told 5:45. So I just want to sit in bed a little because after freezing for like 5 minutes, I need to like warm myself up a bit. That's the view behind me. This is the view right outside my window. I think this road is called Mandela Road because this hotel is called Cape Milner in Cape Town. The good thing with Cape Town, no matter where you are, you're able to have a view of the Table Mountain. So there it is. I think I have shown you the Table Mountain even from my school. Like you can see it no matter where you are in Cape Town, and the buildings are not very high. So that's a street view basically. Yeah.
I'm alive.
Sandra's resurfaced.
I'm here.
You were Miss Sandra. Sandra was in class.
I was studying.
Hello. How are you? That's Liz, our swimmer.
Oh, what?
Swimmer.
Oh, yes.
And John. Oh. And Yamkela, the musician.
Excellent, great, Kwaile. What inspired me to pursue the current field of work? So I'm in the climate, energy and development space. What inspired me to really lean into that? Long story short.
So you have to build that into your financial model. So you can't think about social entrepreneurship and go, okay, yeah, I'm gonna somehow get funding and like somebody's just gonna see what I do and it's nice and it's you need to be able to pitch for funding like any other business. You need to know where your expenditure is.
Okay, I'm Danielle. I've got 3 questions here, so I don't know if you want to pick one or...
The last one.
The last one
the
you
one
were
which
given.
you haven't done.
Okay, so I've only actually...
It's actually a tough question. I don't know.
Give me that, it's fine.
What just happened?
I think mine is visibly empty. I'm gonna write my own notes.
I will do that for myself as well.
It's really going to be catalytic to change the entire ecosystem or context I'm in. I'm bringing up around the population of youth that we're going to have workforce on the continent because we're at a critical point where as social entrepreneurs, we either seize that opportunity and see that workforce and that opportunity for young individuals thrive, or we fumble the bag, right? And that's a scary path to go down. So I think social entrepreneurship from that broader ecosystem perspective, it's really about the longevity, the impact, the change, but the scale at which you do that work is critical.
I think I'm newer to the concept of social entrepreneurship. I'm trying to conceptualize it and truly understand it. So, for example, I'll give like a basic example. When I was 17, 18, there's a gold mine in my neighborhood. So I went to the mine and I took some friends, we did a survey, found out how people have energy. And a lot of women were using firewood. So what we decided to do is I went to the Forestry Commission of Zimbabwe and asked, how can I reduce the amount of firewood that these women are carrying? And then they said you can teach them about how energy can travel and they can try and contain the fire, meaning that little firewood lasts for a longer time, right? So they, in a way, I didn't have the commercial understanding. In a way, if I had the financial ability to sustain that, I could have maybe taught more people in the mine and maybe gone to more mines, making less people use firewood for energy. So in that type of basic example, how does one introduce the entrepreneurship into the social impact that you want to get?
Or social impact that too many people, I mean, even international organizations that are doing, they say like FAO, they're giving food to people, or like
too much light in the background. Should I stand this way, that way? Okay, maybe there you'll see me better. So we've just finished our afternoon session. Today is the third day of the last workshop. We were talking about conflict resolution, innovation, and networking. That was really the whole theme of the day. That was great. Guys got to share like a lot of their career experiences, career transitions, organizational movements, starting their own NGOs, businesses and all that. And it was really great to just learn from other people, from the coaches as well. And now we're getting to the exciting part. We have graduation. Guys, we're finally graduating as Mandela Rhodes Scholars, class of 2023. So we've been given 2 hours to come back to our rooms and just prepare before we get to leave. Now guys, you know what I'm excited for? As a content creator, I'm waiting to see what people are going to wear so that I can have nice videos and nice images. So yeah, so let's get ready and then we see how the graduation evening goes. Time to glam up. Say hi, people. Everybody's looking so nice.
In front, documenting.
This venue that we've not been told where it is. We also don't know where we are going.
All of us did.
We thought we were going somewhere far.
No wonder she said we can take it.
The grand entrance. I love the color. Yes, I did. Okay, just for you to be sure. Hello. Yeah. Why are you so still?
To you and forward to your contributions that you will make as MRF. Perhaps from the perspective of the MRF, that I just want to say that from what I've heard of the workshop, the energy that's been experiencing in the last couple of days. What has struck me most is
just drop your notes and say hello, know that I'm really thinking about you guys, and also that you really get to realize what a journey you have gone through this year, and the courage that each of you have taken to really dig deep on what are some of the issues or questions that you have in all leadership.
Your year in residence, and then if so, what was that moment? Or was it just kind of the experience more generally that really helped open up this world to you?
Sure. Like there are two moments that have stayed with me. The first one, I can't remember which workshop it was, probably the first one. And it was Judy who was facilitating these workshops for us. So there was one particular exercise we did where we had to write a letter to our 40-year-old self, and then she had to write like in response to us, Sitting here today, I think probably part of what we were doing was what in like psychology work or psychological healing work we call like inner child healing work or inner teen healing work. So writing that letter to my 40-year
your range, your gifts, tremendous intellectual gifts with a lot of consciousness and humility and generosity. Also what we call the meta skill of heart, and in more conventional terms we'd say courage. And you face very incredible, difficult conversations that kind of shook you as a community. But look at how you've emerged.
cool.
Graduation! Yeah! Are you excited? Are you very excited?
Quite surprised.
We have, remember, we are shouting, we celebrating, we are clapping. First we have David Akuba. Ulemo Kanyogo. Sarah Lachedin Abdul. Sarah Malwo. Mandela. Nelson Mkwanowi. thank you to Carly and Ralph. Really.
My interest in cities and why I'm so passionate about cities and how I got here. So here's a headline from the Washington Post. We always hear about African cities rising, but when we ask people a lot about African cities, there are very different kind of opinions about them. So this was me, a younger version of me. In that job in the first month. I had never flown before, I had never stayed in a hotel. So everything was going on quite well. You know, it was the nice things that I could wish for. Here's me in Mozambique inspecting a port project as part of the work that I was doing. But around the time that I did my first MRF interview, I was also looking at my own purpose in this world. So it was a long process. I had to go back to my childhood to really remember myself and to find my purpose going ahead in this world. So that is me with my father and my mom. My father sadly passed away when I was around that age. So we moved from there to very hard sort of circumstances after my father's passing.
My graduation in 2016, I was in it. Those are my parents.
Vitsi!
Hands up, anyone who's a last born here. So my parents retired shortly after that. They were basically waiting for me to finish. And then, but my mom almost knew that with the context of South Africa that I'm not going to find a job right after graduation. So she said, you're going to baking school. And this is one of the first cakes that I started decorating. This is me at my baking school. And really, my mom taught me everything that I know about baking. So she wanted me to take what she knows even further. And so I think this was one of my first cakes that I made. Very terrible story about actually that cake flopped because that was too soft at the top and then it slid off right as I delivered it. I literally walked into that wedding and I was like putting it up the table and it just slid. But right after having those kinds of experiences, I eventually did find a job, and this is me at my desk. Also a town planner, shout out Rickson. So I really didn't resonate with that kind of work because it was a private sector and I almost had a sense that there's something bigger here for me. So I really wanted to start using those skills that I had of baking to say, how can I take this opportunity that I had to get an even further education in baking and share it. So this was the last workshop that I did. I had 3 workshops of township baking, teaching high school kids in townships how to bake and use their skills, explore their creativity. And now all of a sudden I have to move to Joburg because I found a new job that I actually liked, and asking myself like, what the hell can how can I continue with all this business? People asking me, what are you doing? You're going,
you know, because when you're in Cape Town, the first thing you think is either everyone is one thing, is delusional, or secondly is highly radical. This is me. This is Kylie. I had a tire bus with my nephew at the back seat on Sunday. Looking around, everyone was scared to help me because first thing they thought was that I was going to get robbed or they were going to hijack the car, and I was seriously afraid, very afraid that I had to call my dad. I call this a pocket of delusion. Because everyone that lives in this space assumes that it's all and all, and nothing else behind that mountain matches. And it really gets to me, because when you actually see the reality of Cape Town, that's the normal person. That's the ordinary person, and it could be any one of us in this room.
Right. Yeah.
Sure. The South African experience is privy to any one of you at any point in time. And I believe solely that one thing we need to fix is to ensure that everyone has at least dignity to exist in spaces, and this is not it. This is not it. This, under any circumstance, is not allowed.
Adventures. If you know me, you know I love hiking. I love being out somewhere in the forest, somewhere on the mountain. So this is a little story of my a hiking adventure I went in Kenya. So that's me. To be honest, I had actually gotten lost in this forest. And it's not fun when you're lost in the forest and you really have no bearing, but I always feel very comfortable in a forest within the trees. Those are me and my friends. I think we ended up taking a different trail than we were supposed to take, and we were supposed to cross a river, which you're going to see in a little while. So this was us trying to like navigate through this massive rocks and actually trying to get to the other side of where we're supposed to go. That's the river. So the river is called Murang'a, which is where I come from in Kenya. It's like about 2 or 3 hours away from Nairobi County. And on this specific hike, which is now the one that I'm going to get into in just a little bit, oh wait, actually I think, yes, oopsie, I forgot to mention something. One of the things about the hikes that I love doing is that we always chase waterfalls. So we try and find like hidden scenes in Kenya that people have never been to. So that's me at the very end. We got into this really beautiful waterfall. I got into the water and swam until the very end. Usually it's deep, so you're not really advised to swim, but I kind of try and be a daredevil. So I went into the water. This was also another scene, and this is actually one of my most beautiful moments of the past 3 years. I literally went into the water and I was lying down and I was seeing the water come down, and it was just so peaceful. So every time I feel like I'm stressful, I just literally
this longing to understand how this is. So this was learning, and then this is a picture taken at my graduation. I think graduation and ALU, my university experience, was more of the practical part of entrepreneurship, and that's where I met the beautiful part where entrepreneurship meets solving problems. So I hold a degree in global challenges, which is just understanding how challenges in the world in Africa intersect and work together. So going from there, from the learner practicing how this works, I had a burning sensation to teach. So I've taken that love for entrepreneurship and just found love in and found joy and purpose in teaching kids, and really in not teaching, rephrase, I think in facilitating the learning process. So I've also taken that as well. It was just beautiful, the transition from facilitating that for young kids and then with adults as well, and exec teams. So what I've learned in that particular process, I think what I'm still struggling with is that we need a redefinition of entrepreneurship. South Africa, I think part of that, when I was battling with that, I looked at why that is the case. I think I looked at the standardized and very exam-focused education models that we have across the continent, and how they stifle our understanding to adapt and also be people who can make means with their environment, solve their own problems, and be independent.
Yoko of security, right? You see what Yoko has done to a very traditional industry of payments. We were trying to do that in the security space. And I can go into the solution if we talk offline, but we were trying to be the Yoko of security. And because of that, we pretty much copied everything Yoko did. We were watching them. And eventually, through access and so forth, I then joined the Harambean Alliance, which is probably one of the most fantastic Pan-African networks if you're a builder and if you're a founder. And I was now all of a sudden in the community with the Yoko founders.
To another school in the USA, because they were doing something in Malawi. So my dissertation has to do with Malawi and this wetland and weaving as a traditional practice. So I got to speak about that to someone else, which is amazing. Another high was I got to do a vision board and do things that I otherwise wouldn't be able to do if I was working. The job will come, but what can you do with the space that you have now? And that's something I had to keep telling myself, how do I take advantage of the time that I have right now, where I'm doing nothing, but it's amazing that I'm doing nothing. How cool is that? I can actually think about what do I want to do with my life in 5 years, in 10 years,
I want to be. And that was quite fascinating. And it started in little things, something I was I used to wear tracksuits. I only used to wear civvies on Sundays. So I was every morning deciding what to wear. Even something as simple as that. You're I don't know how to project myself to the world. What am I saying? Who am I? How do I relate to people? So it was it was a lot of learning and deciding to build the identity that I wanted to build. And at that point, I got the opportunity to come do an interview for MRF, and I really never thought I would vaguely be considered. I wasn't sure what they would what they were looking for was not me. I didn't, I considered myself at that point kind of a failure, kind of not knowing where I'm going, kind of in a transition. And I remember doing my interview and I mostly spoke about dancing. And I thought it went great. And I came out and I'm driving back and I'm thinking, wait, but they're not investing in me to dance, and I don't dance anymore, so what was that about, But it was actually the most pivotal moment so far. I would go as far to say...
Good morning. Today is the last day of the workshop. It's Friday 15th. So I'm walking over to the workshop venue. I just wanted to use this route so that you could see how it looks. It is a very chilly morning. Very, very chilly. Guys are still having breakfast. I think we're already 5 minutes late. That is a pool that I only swam for 30 seconds. And then, yep, we're going to our venue. Today we're going to do something called an alumni canvas or something like that. It's basically where we'll be talking about where we envision ourselves in the future. What are we leaving behind? And what are we taking up going forward?
Okay. I, Sami Sheltono, I hope to impact the world by advocating for children and young people livelihood.
I, Michael Mube, hope to impact the world by giving back to those who made a way for me and giving back to those people that God has called me to serve.
I, Rickson from Panamambe, hope to impact the world by being patient with myself and being patient with others and knowing that change happens to everyone.
Wow.
More fire.
So I'm John Celestin with the second. I hope to impact the world around me by embracing complexity and being open to diversity as well.
I'm Amongest Kabai, a boy from Eastern Cape.
Yes.
I hope to impact the world by fulfilling the aim and vision that I always had. Live with it and impact the world through transformation at a grassroots level in order to make this world a greater and a better place for all.
I am Kachio Keke, and I hope to impact the world around me by giving people a reason to have hope in humanity.
I'm Irene. I hope to impact the world by using my skills, love, and passions to create dignified spaces and mutual respect and appreciation for everyone's individual worth.
Okay, Francisca Timothy hopes to impact the world by being more compassionate.
I, Yamgela Jagaza, hope to impact the world around me by reminding myself and those around me that people will always be more important than things. Because when we have nothing, we are left only with the memories of the people we were blessed to know.
I, Jean de Dieu Naishilié, I'm going to impact the world around me by really being the best version of myself and sharing with that with my neighbor to create hope.
I am your neighbor. I am your neighbor.
Yes.
Hi everyone.
Hi.
My name is Moaim Sogera and I hope to impact my world by loving everyone and people deeply and authentically and seeing them the way God sees them.
I'm Melissa Clara Bebe. Devote to and I hope to impact the world around me through practicing healing of more than the physical to reach beyond the biomedical constraints of medicine. And I also would love to tell stories of where I come from and where other Africans come from, including you guys in the room. And I've been told that I have a radio voice.
Oh, I go. This was just here. Tamago, everyone.
Tamago.
Sanbonani. I, Smangali Sombili, will impact the world around me by embodying my passions, talents, and skills to create a better world for all. A world I can be proud to be part of, whether that is a space, a community, or an experience. Everything is love.
Hallelujah!
Hi guys. Hi.
Hey.
I'm trying not to cry. I'm Kodisani Ndovu. Hope to impact my world by being a safe and welcoming space for those around me to be and just be.
Yeah.
All
So I, Liz Mwangi, hope to impact the world around me by sharing my gift of presence and kindness with all those I journey with.
Hello everyone. Hi. My name is Fama Jallo and I hope to impact the world by giving people the tool and power to joyfully dance with complexity.
Hello everyone. I, Wilson Kwame Fongong, hope to impact the world by living to my fullest potential and inspiring others to do the same.
No, you're singing.
Big man.
Below me.
Thanks. Hi guys. I hope to impact the world by showing up as my most authentic and expansive self and giving room for others to do the same.
Okay. I, Florence Rico, will impact the world by holding space for complexity and the passionate advocacy for pleasure.
Hi, I'm Rudi Rishwaya, and I hope to impact the world by effecting real change and assisting many people to attain an education and economically uplift themselves. I never want to grow weary of seeking to do good for those around me, and I want love to underpin all that I do.
Oh my gosh.
Wait. Yeah.
Hey, cameraman. I want to be seen.
Capture me well. Cameraman.
No, we have to. You have to. Oh no, what happened? Desmond Munyaze, I hope to impact the world around me by slowing down and listening to understand. Thank you.
Okay, cameraman. So I am Ramdol Maka. I want to impact change by inspiring hopes through entrepreneurial leadership, through academic excellence.
Hi guys, I want to impact the world by having cash in USD. I want to impact the world by having cash in USD.
The banker.
Yes. Hallelujah. My name is Praise. I'm from the warm heart of Africa, and I hope to impact the world around me by firstly releasing generosity of spirit, 2 making others feel heard, and 3 the money.
My name is Charisma Melitus. I hope to impact the world by being a source of love, kindness, joy, and happiness, and a reason for everyone I encounter to smile each day and reach their ikigai. That's
More fire!
More fire!
More fire!
I, Spedalisiwe Ntombela, aim to impact the world by embodying the change that I want to see.
Hi guys. I, David, hope to impact the world by making people smile.
Fine woman with no pimples.
Hey everyone. Hey. I, Janet Julius Wasinda, hope to impact the world by continuously learning and sharing my gifts and talents. That's
Hi. My name is Cynthia Nafula Nyongesa. Nafula in my language means rain. So yeah, that's the reason why it's been raining. Yeah, I'm that important. So I hope, yes, Clara. Melissa and I share a name actually. My great-great-grandmother was called Clara.
So you have another Clara?
Yes, Cynthia Clara Nafula Nyongesa. And I hope to impact the world by using my gifts, talents, expertise to drive conversations that matter in business, development, and human rights.